So Steve King recently said, as you guys have heard, that we need to have stop other people's babies from coming into the country. Because the babies are going to crawl in, right? Anyways, and if you think, well, maybe it's a one-time screw up, Anna, why don't you give him the history of Steve King and his other comments, and so we get a sense of who Steve King really is.
All right, well, he had recently tweeted about some white supremacists that he's in favor of. He had tweeted that Geert Wilders understands the culture and demographics of our destiny. We can't restore our civilization with somebody else's babies. That was his exact quote. Now, he was challenged on some of his white supremacy on CNN by Chris Cuomo. And here he is talking about what he truly believes about Western civilization.
I did defend Western civilization that started this last summer at the Republican National Convention. And when I said Western civilization, that launched people that are opposed to Western civilization. That's a big problem. If we have an element of Americans here, and it's a big element, that reject Western civilization, then what have we? This is an effort on the left, I think, to break down the American civilization and the American culture and turn it into something entirely different. I'm a champion for Western civilization. And yes, our English language is a big part of it. It's a carrier of freedom. Right. Wherever the English language has gone globally, freedom went with it. And science, technology has always lifted up the standard of living on average of everybody on the planet. So I want more of that, not less. And there are civilizations that produce very little, if any. This Western civilization still is a superior civilization.
Yeah, we're dominating when it comes. First of all, the idea that he's in favor of science and technology.
I know.
That's hilarious. And also, Western civilization is not dominating when it comes to technological advancements. There are a lot of Asian countries that are actually kicking our asses. So that's something to keep in mind.
I know because Donald Trump told me we're not winning anymore. China's winning. Your man said it, not me.
China, South Korea, Japan, kicking our asses.
Okay, so let's break it down for these idiots. So if they just talked about the culture of freedom, science, technology, then I'd be in. I agree with that completely. But he's not just talking about culture, he's talking about demographics. He's talking about other people's babies. The babies don't have any culture yet. Like if you're born here, you brought up in American culture. So why wouldn't they be just as American as you, Steve King? You're not talking about Western civilization, you're talking about white civilization in your mind. Now, so these knuckleheads, they look at America today and they look at the world today and they go, well, we're number one. We're not number one at everything, like healthcare, we're number 37, but anyway, we're number one. That means we're superior. Okay, well then, if you froze time at different times, when the Chinese empires were the largest empires in the world, then the Chinese would get to say, well, obviously we're the superior race. Let's not pollute Chinese genes with inferior races, which by the way, for all of history, different races have been saying that. Let's keep it real on that too. It's not just white people, right? And whoever's ascendant thinks they're, oh, I'm the almighty, everybody else sucks, right? We could have frozen time during Egypt and we say, well, the Africans are the best. It's obvious, it's obvious. Egypt is so far superior to anything else on planet Earth. If aliens came down, they'd be like, boy, these white people are horrific. They're so backwards and stupid. Their culture is the worst, right? These Africans got it all figured out. They built pyramids. The white people are still in caves, like drawing with their fingers, right? If you froze time during the Roman period, you would say the Romans are the best, the Greeks, the Turks, yes, the Turks, the Ottomans ruled for 500 years. You say, oh my God, these Muslims are the best. They have the superior culture, it's obvious. How stupid and ahistoric are you? Maybe it's not genetic. Maybe we're all equal as humans because we are all Homo sapiens. I know that blows your mind, right? And in reality, it's just a matter of how the technology and sharing is flowing throughout time and that things move. And in fact, as Anna points out, technology is moving to Asia now.
Yeah.
So China has now gone the second biggest economy. Soon they'll be the top economy. And then what? Are we gonna pollute their gene pool with our inferior white genes? Come on, can you really be this dumb? And the answer is unfortunately for a lot of people, yes, Steve King being the chief among them.
And I don't think that someone like Steve King genuinely thinks that white is the superior race, because there's such an obvious level of insecurity among people who have his type of thought process, right? And my mind always goes back to the people online, the white supremacists online that got triggered when I said, I'm better than you. and they still can't let it go. And I'm like, why are they so obsessed with that line? Why did it get under their skin so much when I said that I'm better than them? And it's because they know they're not better. Okay, they're so incredibly insecure, and that's what I see when people like Steve King are talking.
Let's put some watchers on the wall, investigative journalists to run down the Trump administration and the establishment. You can make that happen. TYTnetwork.com/go.